African governments specifically are being told they need to support conservation agriculture as one way of ensuring food security and the long-term effectiveness of agricultural interventions that they have in mind. That came through on the second day of the African Conservation Agriculture Conference in Lusaka, Zambia. Farmers there urged policymakers to support and finance them if food security is to be achieved at all. Now, the conference is placing a very special emphasis on growing a lot more food with a lot less resources, weatherproofing agriculture, conservation agriculture for sustainable wealth creation, food sovereignty, effective research for enhanced CA adoption and better use of collaboration and increased adoption of conservation agriculture across Africa. Now, experts argue that the benefits can be seen in as short as a 1-year harvest period.
Farmers need immediate benefits. They are not going to wait 15 years until your soil runoffs are proved to work or not.
Scientists, we need our reward system to not be numbers of publications. The reward system motivating our work needs to be what are we achieving on the ground with the farmers. And I think one way to do that is to hold the farmers as our boss.
Now then, CCTV's Jitu Abraham has been covering that conference and she joins us now from the Zambian capital. Jitu, over to you.
Hi, Rama. Yes, we are joined tonight by a guest, Dr. Mulugeta Makuria, who's going to tell us a little bit more about conservation agriculture. He's the regional representative in Southern Africa for the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center. Thank you for joining us tonight, Dr. Mulugeta.
Thank you.
We know that the benefits from conservation agriculture will take time to be realized by small farmers, smallholder farmers, and that this will delay the adoption of practices. What is the way forward from here?
It is well acknowledged that conservation agriculture contributes to soil fertility improvement, it contributes to erosion control, it contributes to effects to combat climate change. However, the major benefits that accrue to small farmers in Africa would be labor cost reduction, heavy reduction labor, 30 to 40%. Plus, if we promote conservation agriculture with appropriate crop management practice, improved maize varieties, improved legume varieties, immediately there will be a yield benefit, so farmers will be interested to follow up the benefits of conservation agriculture. Yes, it takes time, but through time farmers will benefit.
What policy support is going to be required to be able to enhance the adoption of conservation agriculture by farmers?
I think in this conference we have heard that a number of countries, including Zambia and Malawi, has adopted conservation agriculture as a national strategy for sustainable intensification of agriculture development. That's one policy measure. Second is creating the enabling environment to make sure that critical inputs like fertilizers, seeds, and chemical are available to the farmers. And thirdly, we need to invest in capacity. We need to invest in agriculture research and development. There is no shortcut. Government has to invest. Policy environment has to be in place.
And moving to now, Africa's small-scale farmers are mostly made up of women, but more often than not, they aren't the primary decision makers on farm operations. How does this limit the uptake of conservation agriculture?
Yes, we know smallholder farmers in Africa, the major players are women. Women are involved in weeding, women are involved in harvesting, women are involved in hand-hoeing cultivations. So the benefit of conservation agriculture in reducing drudgery and reducing the labor required will free women to be involved in growing high-value crops like vegetables, which are under their controls, and will definitely generate more income. I guess with the adoption of innovation and conservation agriculture, women could play a big role in the family's livelihoods improvement and increased income.
And can you tell us briefly your regional research project with the organization you work for, CIMET, which is a nonprofit research and training international institution that works to deliver the best agriculture practices to farmers in the developing world. Can you tell us a little bit more about your new project that's going to contribute and how it contributes to Congress's objective?
Okay, the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, CIMET, known by its Spanish acronym, works to sustainably increase maize and wheat production systems in developing countries. In particular, we have heavy investment in sub-Saharan Africa. We are here as the Congress, as sponsors of the Congress. Secondly, we are here to bring knowledge and evidence from the work conducted by SIMLESA, Sustainable Intensification of Maize Legumes for Eastern Southern Africa, in many countries, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, Malawi, including spillover countries of Rwanda Uganda, Botswana, and South Sudan. So we have scientists from these countries, scientists from CIMIT that are presenting papers, technical papers and posters. We have a booth to showcase what we have achieved so far. So we are adding to the body of knowledge how conservation agriculture is working under the smallholder context in sub-Saharan Africa.
All right, tthank you for joining us. That's Dr. Mulugeta Makuria from CIMMET. Rama, just to tell you a little bit about what we have coming up tomorrow, we have a field trip to go to one of the demo farms here about 60 kilometers from Lusaka, and we're going to see how conservation agriculture is implemented on some farms here. So be sure to stay with us this week for that story. Rama, back to you.
Indeed, thank you very much for that. That's CCTV's Chitu Abraham there live in Lusaka.